Yes.
Okay. Hello. So imagine you're talking to your friend, and you're telling her a really good story, or you're telling them this really good story, and all of a sudden, you look over to see what their reaction, and they're on their phone, and they're like, "What'd you say?" I bet all of us have done that, because today technology has kept us from always always paying attention. My quote is, "No matter where you go, there you are." And I took this into a fact that we lack that now. When we're in the moment, when we're with our friends, when we're at the movies, or when we're at a park, or we're at a beach, we're never really paying attention to the sea or the sand or having a good time. We're taking a picture of it and Instagramming it. Or if we're out at a movie, we're not really enjoying the movie. We're checking in on Facebook and saying, "Here we are." You're not really enjoying being in the moment with everybody. So I would like to tell you how technology to me has been an epidemic, why is it a problem, and what we can do about it to solve that problem. So why I think it's an epidemic, it's because we've had a phone. We've been very with technology, we've grown so much with technology, and it's very useful that we have a portable phone. But nowadays that people try to sell their phones so much that they created apps, they created a way for us to use it. We can not only text and call, but we can check up on everybody's stuff, and there's like sports, you can check sports scores in an easier way. We can even watch movies on Netflix on our phones. So that's probably the reason why we're always on our phones, because there's so many things that we can do on our phones. Reason why I think it's a problem is because obviously we don't really stay as connected to our family. I mean, I can go into a restaurant and I see two kids on an iPad, and the mom's on her phone, and the dad is halfway listening and just eating their food quietly. I mean, what has come to a dinner table? We're not listening to each other's conversations, but we're just in our own zone of our phone in a screen. So what I think we can solve it is that I have an example. My math teacher had made us do a little kind of experiment. One student had to do their homework without anything, without any distractions, with no phone, no TV, and time how long it took us to do our homework. And then had someone have their laptop and their phone and a TV around, obviously an environment where they have all technology, and see how long they did their homework. I did my homework without any distractions. I did it in an hour, and they did theirs in 3 hours. So how you always go up and say like, "Man, I did my homework for like 3 hours." Well, they were probably also on Facebook watching a movie, decided to take a break and do something on their phone. And so I think that when we're at a dinner table, just turn off your phone. It's really not when you're with that person, you want to stay connected to them, and that's your relationship with that person at that moment. Or when you're at the beach, just enjoy it, because it might not even be there sooner or later. So that's why I think that maybe we should just be a little bit more less on technology and being in the moment. Thank you.
Yeah, my friend used to. What would I say? I think being present.
All right, Alexandra, I like the visualization that you have at the beginning. I think that leads us to understanding your point of view very well. You got a good transition to the quote, and I think you have an interesting interpretation of the quote, and you go with it very confidently. That's great. There's a very good layout of what the supporting structure is going to be, at least at the beginning of the speech. Now, I'll tell you what, I didn't hear the same structure during the speech. It felt a little bit like when you found an idea, you went with it while you were talking about it instead of thinking about the ideas that you originally seemed to set up. You eventually got around to them, but not always in a consistent way. So there's a little bit of weakness there in the organization. Not a huge problem, but it wasn't quite as strong as it sounded like it was going to be at the beginning of the speech. I think the presentation issues, everything is very solid. Your voice projects well, you've got good variety, it's all flowing very smoothly. I think you've got some good indicators while you're speaking. Sometimes it feels a little bit contained. Same sort of thing with your body movement. I tell you what, you stand very confidently, you look like you're in control. I was worried at one point. I said, well, maybe she's got the statue thing going on. But then as you were making a transition from one point, you moved slightly. It wasn't a dramatic move, but it seemed like it was a little bit more comfortable and natural at that point. And I'm going, okay, now if she's going to do that the rest of the speech, that's fine. That was about it, though. It seemed like, you were very contained. Nothing wrong with that, but, this is a wide audience, and it's a kind of relaxed atmosphere, so maybe a little bit of adjustment there. Again, it's not something that was a huge problem, but something to work on maybe. I thought for the most part you did an excellent job doing the presentation issues, and at the end you had a pretty good summary, and you reminded us the point that you were trying to make, and that's what we want. All right, thank you.